role of real estate in WTC? I mean, I do know that you said that it is a combination of real estate and services, like a body and a soul. But what is so unique about the real estate facility of WTC?
Well, that's an interesting one, and we discussed this, as you know, a number of times. And I think the interesting thing about World Trade Centers Association is that it's not like a franchise. So each member has their own characteristics. But what I think is quite unique about a World Trade Center compared to, you know, Mr. Jones's centre down the road, which might be a Grade A office, might be a lovely building. Um, but with the World Trade Centre, we found that particularly with SME businesses, which tend to be a big portion of society in every country, really, small, medium enterprise, even micro SME, with those sort of businesses, they often quite like having the brand name behind them, located from a building that has a strong brand that is globally recognised. That often helps them if they're in an incubation stage of business where they're in fast growth or rapid growth. So I'll give you some practical examples of that. So in our building here in Gibraltar, and we completed this building in 2017, and we not only house Regis here, which you guys may have heard of, across India as well, but we have your sort of micro space and incubator space for these sort of occupiers, and they come here for a couple of reasons, and it's very unique to a World Trade Center. So they will establish their business here, and they obviously have a network with which to build that is not available to them in other buildings, and I think it's a mixture of that coupled with the fact that we hold events that are targeted at business growth, targeted at networking between different sectors and different businesses, and we also hold, you know, the sort of events that create a bit of a buzz and a hive of activity around this building. So you'll have potentially politicians, you know, having certain keynote speeches in the building. We might have diplomatic meetings taking place in the building and things like that, which I think just draws a general attention to the building that people want to be associated with, they want to be involved. And I think that's very useful when you're in an incubation stage of a business. But I would say as well, it's not necessarily just small, medium enterprises. We've got some significant players in our building. Um, you may or may not know that Gibraltar's a sort of centre for online gaming and the betting industries. So we have a lot of the global headquarters based in Gibraltar, and actually two of the global headquarters based in our building. And I mean, one of them, a company called Bet Victor, you know, they have a running track around the office, which is just, you know, in a basketball court where they sit for meetings. It's just bizarre. You know, you walk in there and you've got all this memorabilia and signed footballs from different clubs, and it's fantastic though. It gives a real buzz of activity, and I think, you know, provided you have the prerequisites of good quality space, which is, you know, touching on that sustainability factor that we've been talking about, but also that you offer, I think, the right sort of mix of occupiers within a building, which you can help to procure yourself. I think that creates a real interesting, unique offer that other people just they can't compete with.